When King David grew old and weak, his son Adonijah made a bold move to seize the throne. But not so fast. The prophet Nathan and Solomon's mother, Bathsheba, acted quickly. In a dramatic public ceremony, David declared his chosen successor, Solomon. Imagine the same crowds flooding the streets of Jerusalem, trumpets blasting, and the young Solomon riding his father's own mule. The sound of coronation echoed across the land. Israel had a new king. Solomon began his reign with incredible humility. One night, under a vast, starry sky, he prayed, but not for power, or riches, or revenge against his enemies. He asked for one thing, wisdom, and God answered, "Because you have asked for understanding, ... I will give you wisdom unmatched in all the world, and I will give you wealth and honor as well." When Solomon returned to Jerusalem, his judgments stunned the nation. We all know the famous story of the two women claiming one baby. His brilliant solution revealed not just a clever mind, but a deep insight into the human heart. The people knew their young king was no ordinary ruler. As the years passed, Solomon's kingdom blossomed. What his father David had won through war, Solomon secured through peace. Trade routes opened up, alliances were formed, and caravans brought gold, silver, spices, and rare treasures into Jerusalem. Historians estimate Solomon's wealth was nearly unmatched in the ancient world. His ships returned from distant lands with exotic animals like peacocks and baboons, and precious materials like ivory. Israel became a center of economic power, with Solomon as its architect. But Solomon's greatest achievement wasn't in trade or diplomacy. It was a building that would define Israel's identity for centuries. The first temple, his father, David, had dreamed of building it, but God had reserved that sacred task for his son. Solomon gathered thousands of worker stonecutters, artisans, and carpenters. He imported cedar from Lebanon, gold from Ophir, and marble from distant quarries. For 7 years, they labored with devotion. Inside, the walls were covered with pure gold. And finally, the Ark of the Covenant was carried into the temple's heart. As the priests emerged, a great cloud filled the structure, the very presence of God descending upon his people. It was the spiritual high point of Israel's history. Stories of Solomon's wisdom traveled far beyond his borders, crossing deserts and seas. The powerful Queen of Sheba journeyed hundreds of miles just to test him with riddles and difficult questions. When she arrived, she was speechless. She saw towering palaces, lavish feasts, and a king whose words carried the weight of ages. After hearing his answers, she confessed, "The half was not told to me. Your wisdom and prosperity exceed all reports." She left in awe, with deep respect for the God that Solomon served. Solomon's wisdom also gave us some of the most influential writings ever recorded. The Book of Proverbs, a collection of timeless teachings on life and morality. Ecclesiastes, a profound reflection on the meaning of existence. And the Song of Solomon, a poetic masterpiece celebrating love and devotion. These works didn't just shape Israel's culture, they have influenced philosophical thought for thousands of years. But Solomon's story comes with a warning. Wisdom can guide a king, but it can't force his heart to stay true. As the years went on, Solomon took many foreign wives. With them came their cultures, traditions, and their gods. Slowly, Solomon's devotion began to weaken. He built altars to foreign deities and allowed idolatry to creep into his kingdom. The same God who gave him everything now warned him that his kingdom would face consequences. The peace Israel had enjoyed for so long would not last. Solomon ruled for 40 years, decades of prosperity, wisdom, and influence. But toward the end of his reign, whispers of discontent grew louder. His massive building projects required heavy taxes and forced labor, straining the people. When Solomon died, he left behind a powerful legacy, but also a fragile kingdom. His son Rehoboam took the throne, and just as God had prophesied, the kingdom split in two. Today, Solomon remains one of history's most fascinating figures. A king blessed with extraordinary wisdom, a ruler who created a golden age, and a man whose writings still shape our world. But his life teaches a deeper lesson that even the greatest wisdom means little when the heart turns away from its source. Solomon's story isn't just about a king. It's about human strength, human weakness, and the timeless search for meaning. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like and subscribe for more.